So I do have some tips on what worked for me when I first got out of prison. And so the first one was something I learned that while I was in prison, and it was that when you fill out your job application, if it says, have you ever been convicted of a crime, to check yes, and then it says, please explain, to write, will explain at interview. So I did that. I did get a job. I know people who've done that and it's not worked, but that is something that you can. Any job you apply for, first look up if they hire felons. And that's a whole nother conversation that needs to be talked about eventually, because it's absolutely ridiculous that all these places need employees, but they won't hire felons. First thing you want to do though is accept whatever you can. Like, no matter what job it is, get it. You're not necessarily getting it for the money, you're getting it for the credibility. Because once one place has hired you and they see that you were a good worker, then it gives you more credibility to work at a better job. A lot of times in prison, you can get certificates. Like one of my certificates I got was lawn maintenance. And that certificate, I put it on my resume. You know, I put anything I did while I was in prison, I put it on my resume. I worked in the kitchen. I wrote food prep service and all that stuff. But hands down, the best advice that I could give anyone who has been to prison and they're getting out and they're trying to find a job is that once you submit a resume, to wait a day or two and then go up to whatever job it is and ask to speak to the manager. Bring a copy of your resume or don't, it doesn't matter, and say, hi, I put in an application the other day, I just wanted to introduce myself. And you want to put a face with the resume. And that works for anybody, but a lot of people who have been to prison, we're especially challenged, and people need to see that we're people, that we're earnest, that we're hardworking, and we're persevering, we really want a job, we're really gonna try. And finally, find out if you can apply for a pardon. A lot of times once you've been out of prison for a certain amount of time or off paper, off probation or parole for a certain amount of time, you haven't caught any more charges, you can apply for a pardon and get a pardon, and then you don't have to write it on your resume. Oh yeah, and volunteer places. Go places and serve. Get to know people. Find a church or some kind of community that gives you references. Hope this helped. Bye.